Hello everyone, the name of our team is Sindhu and our team ID is UQD5A891 and the name of our project is Sindhu. And the reason we couldn't shoot a physical video is because some of our members were facing travel issues and some of them were ill. So I will try to articulate everybody's thoughts into this presentation. And the problem statement is development of a mobile application to provide recreational suitability information of beach locations across India. So what this project basically does is it can analyze the suitability of various activities like swimming, surfing, fishing, etc. across the beaches across India. And it can do that by analyzing various parameters like temperature, wind speed, air quality, swell wave height, and UV index, as you can see on the screen. So the technical aspect of this project is we used Flutter framework for the UI part, that is the front end part for its cross-platform ability and responsive features like media query widget, etc. And for the backend part, we are using Firebase for the database storage and hosting services. And to call these parameters like temperature, wind speed, air quality, we are using an API called oppurtunity, which will provide us all these necessary parameters. Now let us head towards the need of this project. So before I explain the need of this application, I want you to take a look at these articles. This one mentions that approximately 125 tourists had to face death or serious injuries while paragliding in the last 2.5 decades. It's not only paragliding, but even small activities like sunbathing come with the risk of severe sunburn, permanent skin damage, and even skin cancer at some extent. And the most common accident that happens to coastal areas is drowning due to inability to identify the strength of swell wave currents. And this should give you an idea about how dangerous these activities could turn into. And the main aim of this application is to not have a full-blown one-stop solution to counter mishaps that occur at beaches, but rather to spread an awareness among coastal area tourists to have an eye on the surrounding and analyze the density of risk that comes with performing these recreational activities like surfing, fishing, etc. And if the user is able to comprehend even the slightest piece of information on this application, we can achieve safer and smarter coastal tourism all across the country. And talking about the future scope of this application, initially this application can only be used to keep track of suitability of recreational activities on beaches, but however in the future we plan to extend the functionality to something complex like predicting events like tsunami, etc. Additionally, we will also try to provide more historical data about the place and a section for guidelines for the users to follow. So, in conclusion, I hope you understood the risk of performing recreational activities on coastal areas and what the consequences can we face if we choose to ignore those guidelines. And to make it easy for everyone to analyze suitability, we are creating this application that will be available to use all over the country. And you can visit this prototype at sindhu-safety.web.app. Now let us take a look at the live prototype of this application which was developed in Flutter framework. So as you can see, here is the home screen of the app where you can explore through around 150 beaches all across India. For an instance, let us click at this Rushikonda beach which is in Visakhapatnam. As you can see, it will fetch the data like temperature, wind speed from the API which I mentioned before. You can see the temperature is 27.2 degrees Celsius, the wind speed is 7.6, and then this will display the beach report which is normal, calm, satisfactory. And then the main function of this application where it will display various suitability of various activities like swimming, surfing, and as you can notice it is divided into three categories, which is suitable, not recommended, and caution required. And these parameters are defined by analyzing various parameters which I mentioned before like temperature, wind speed, and that is pretty much the project. And talking about the UI part, we have divided this into 5 sections. This one is the home section, this one is the account section where user can sign in and store their favorite beaches, and all their favorite beaches will be stored inside this favorite section. This is the about section giving information about the application and the developers info, and this is a simple switch that will toggle between light mode and dark mode. So that is very much what I had to explain in 5 minutes. Thank you so much.